Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another episode. Today I wanted to talk about T11s real quick and the insane cost of these things. I know I talked about this before, but I wanted to share again. I am at about $1,200 into this and I still have not been able to unlock these. Sorry, $1,400. That's right, $1,400 we have gotten into this. And I am this close, about 31,000K short of the materials here to be able to upgrade these. It's been 3 weeks. I bought every single pack available. My biggest thing is my gorilla, because it is so low. If you go to the training here, these levels here allow you to promote your gorilla, and with these promotions it increases the march size. So people that have, like, say level 700 or so on their gorilla and have those bond ratings upgraded and can carry a lot more troops, they're able to progress a lot farther on the boss. And so they were at, say, boss level like 14 or something like that. So they were just able to push a little bit further, get more out of this. And they were able to pick this up today, and I was not. I'm 31,000 short. It's kind of insane to think about all that money, all that time, and still just slightly short. But tonight on stream, we will be picking these guys up finally. Come out to the stream tonight, check that out. We'll be picking these up and seeing how much power we gain. From what I have seen so far, though, it should be around 1 million per squad. I moved my gear around, so my teams kind of look weird right now. But I should be gaining about 1 million on my first squad. I think it's going to be pushing me around 62.5 to 63 million on my first squad when I get the upgrades done. So come out to that. That should be interesting. But man, I tell you what, it's crazy how this goes to where you can be this close in relation to some of the whales, but still not be able to pick this up. So there are, if you look at this, you can check the rankings on where people have been able to clear. There is only one player that has been able to unlock them today, and that was Hulk. His gorilla is absolutely massive, and that's really the difference here. That's the only way to get more troops, is to upgrade your gorilla, and so he's just dumped a lot into his gorilla, and that allowed him to progress. And there are some other players I know that were able to unlock him as well, but a very, very few players that actually have it today. I know a lot of people are going to have it tomorrow that have been buying the packs. But I just wanted to make this video about the T11s because I didn't show this previously because I didn't have this unlocked, what the cost was to get here. So you have to get enough of these materials and then enough of these cores to get all the way through and upgrade each one of the 4 pieces, the gun, the armor, the headgear, whatever it was. But then once you get here, then you need an additional 120,000 materials and then 200 cores. So people are either short on materials or short on cores. And this is why, if you're trying to push to get these as fast as you can, you definitely need to pick up the weekly pass with the cores every day. Otherwise, you're going to be short on the cores, because that's, I think it was 12 cores a day. So over the course of a couple weeks, you will end up being short if you don't pick that pack up. And then oil, obviously 1.2 million oil. I needed that for the upgrade. Now I need it again to actually unlock these. And then once you unlock, it's a day. You can just use your speed ups to finish that. So it's not like you have to actually wait an entire day. You do have the option to speed this up. So tonight, once I get this, I will speed it up and we'll get the T11s. I'm definitely going to do with the attack ones because those the black troops look really, really cool. And I just like the attack buffs in general. I'm more of like an attacker versus defender, just because my defense, not that great. I'd rather just go out and hit people. All right, on to the second half of this video. Now that you've seen all the stuff with T11s, I wanted to circle back to my baby account here and talk about why it's so important for everybody to show up for Warzone duels and just show up in general for anything that you're doing. Even if you can't like really participate in taking over cannons or taking over the capital, you can still clear out buildings. You can still create problems, take up spaces. Say if your march is really nothing, or you can still hit maybe some players, maybe free-to-play, low-end free-to-play players, like I am with this account. I'm able to hit low-end free-to-play players, and I just started this account about, I'd say 14 months after this server was established. I started playing this, or created this account and started playing. So I'm over a year behind a lot of the players here, But I'm starting to get competitive with this first squad against low and free-to-play players. But still, I was taking space up in the Warzone duel. And if you check out the boxes, so if you look at the boxes here, you need 1.5 million points in order to open up this last box. I had 2 million points in the first 5 minutes because I was clearing out bases in the mud. People are sending troops out, just clear out their bases. They can't attack if they get ported, and if they're ported, their troops get knocked out of the cannon, they get knocked out of the capital, or they're forced to defend with like their second or third march, which you may be able to beat with those. And then you're killing troops. So either way, you're killing troops that are in their drill grounds or their lower end teams. So you're just creating a problem. Just get in there, become a menace. And that is just to say, the whales can't do it by themselves. All the big players, they need the support. I've seen this on many different servers, many different occasions. I've been on both sides of this, where I've been on the whale side where we only had a few people show up, including the whales. And then I've been on the other side where we just had a ton of players show up and just overran the whales out of it. So it doesn't matter how big your whales are in your server. You still need to show up and help out in order to make the win a little easier, or at least make it just that much more competitive. And so this is my battle log from that day, and I just want to pull this up real quick. I had my first and my second team on the wall when this guy came and hit me, and I was basically there again. I was clearing out some bases, but then I was also sitting there taking hits, just, basically you're stalling. It's all about stalling. You want to try to take up as much time of the other opposing team as you can. When you have players that aren't focused on taking over cannons in the capital and they're having to attack you, or you're clearing out their bases, it's slowing down their progress as well. And so that was my whole point with this account. I can't go in and take over the cannon, can't take over the capital. I'm not going to do a whole lot there. So the best thing I can do is really just take up space and try to clear out bases, or just become a problem for players like this. And as you can see, it's a missile squad, but I still did extremely well. I killed most of his team, and then my second team was able to kill the rest of his squad. So he bounced off. This was his second squad, though, so it's not like, I was doing amazing here or anything. This was his second or third squad. You can tell all level 40 gear, but nothing leveled up or anything. But then you check out his army, his tech. You can see just doing a whole lot better than me as far as drone level and everything goes. So my guess is this was either a very low end free to play or spender, or a free to play player account. And then this was an attack, so I attacked this guy. So same guy. This was his first squad, and when I hit his base, I actually almost went through his entire first squad. So if you look at this here, not a whole lot upgraded for his team. So I was kind of surprised to see either he just doesn't know what he's doing. He's level 35, so it's not like he just started playing this account or anything, but he just doesn't seem to know what he's doing or really invested in anything. He may be just sitting on a ton of materials like we've seen in the past, just doesn't know what to level up or really how to progress in the game. 145 drone, it's a pretty high level drone. Drone components, level 9s, level 8, so it's not like he doesn't have any like drone power or anything like that. 189 on the Gorilla, 184, so pretty decent levels on the Gorilla there. Special Forces tech, tank mastery, all that stuff. Hero tech, 89%. Decent amount of power. Just I don't know what this guy is doing here. But this is just stuff like this. I mean, you're going to run into players like this that just don't have as much power. They're just taking up space, and that's going to be your job, to try to either clear them out or delay them so they can't start hitting your players too. But this goes to show, with this account, I put very little into it. I invested very little into it. It's not like I've spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars on this account, maybe a few $100s here and there throughout the few months that I've had this. Going on about 9 months now. So it's all about where you put that. If you spend in, like the holiday events, I put a little bit of money in holiday events, got myself some decent rewards out there, about to get the helicopter base out of the glittery market. Just being strategic where I'm putting my money, and also doing like the tech, my tech upgrades, getting my tier 10 troops, my gear, paying attention to what I'm doing with my gear. Because if you looked at that battle report, you would have seen, let's go into here real quick. So if you look at my gear, I I haven't been playing long enough to really have a ton of ore. So I focus on getting my star upgrades done for the gear that really matters here, and then not really doing a whole lot with the gear or having to break it down. So like this level 0 gun that I had on Lucius, that was probably broken down and swapped back on. And so I'm starting to go or doing back and forth. I'm doing the star upgrades, but then I'm also going back and working on getting stuff up from 20 to 40 and so on. But that's it for this episode, everyone. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.